Paulo Costa says that he wants Robert Whittaker, does he?
Yeah, so he came out and he's like, look, I got one fight left on my UFC contract. I think the fight that you want to see, that I want to see, that everybody wants to see is Paulo Costa versus Robert Whittaker, two guys with big punching power. He just thinks it's going to be a super fun fight stylistically. Like, what do you think of the matchup?
I absolutely love that. I love it. I mean, Robert Whittaker showed in Paris. You know, I mean, he's something special. He really is. He's amazing. And when you think of who is there left in the middleweight division, I mean, there's probably a few more, but there's not many people that the top guys that Whittaker hasn't fought. And there is one of them, Paulo Costa. So if he's going to fight out his contract and he wants to test the open market and have a look around, I think that would be a fantastic final fight. I mean, for the fans, for us watching, fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, sign me up, take my money. What's your issue with it, Harrington?
I have absolutely no issue with it. I mean, other than the fact that I don't want to see, there's something about Paulo Costa to me for the way that he's handled himself, especially recently. I kind of don't want to see him get rewarded, right? A Robert Whittaker fight at this point is like, it's one step down from the title, right? Like it's, if you can beat Robert Whittaker, you're guaranteed a title shot at this point in my mind, right? So to put Paulo Costa in that position, I don't really feel like it's as warranted or deserved as some of the other guys like in the top five maybe. But as you said, a lot of those guys have already fought Robert Whittaker and have lost to him. So yeah. Why not?
I mean, Marvin Vettori, same thing. I mean, he hadn't fought Robert Whittaker, and that's why I said to Robert, I said, why are you having this fight? It's a dangerous fight for both men. He said, well, he's one of the few that I haven't fought. So Robert being the way he is, having the attitude that he is, and just being the type of fighter that he is, I'm sure he'd have absolutely no problem with it. But going back to Khamzat for a second, you were saying, they might make him fight at 185. Khamzat and Paulo Costa. I mean, that would be fucking good because you're saying, put him in for a title fight. That's too soon. But he does have 6 wins in a row now. 5 of them just demolishing his opponents. Didn't get hit again against Kevin Holland, but he was talking a lot of shit to Paulo Costa last week, so that would be a good fight.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all, actually. Now I'm way more excited for that fight. I would like that fight so much more than Whittaker versus Costa.
Yeah, Paulo Costa, Khamzat Chimaev. I mean, that gets my juices flowing. I like that.
Yeah. Especially, I was just trying to look up. Like, I don't know what Costa's takedown defense is, but I feel like it's very, very high. Like, it's crazy high. He's not been taken down a lot. So, seeing a true 185er, right? A true 185-pound man. If Khamzat could do that in the wrestling department against him, then I don't know who else you match up against him. But saying all that, I would like to see. I was going to say if Pereira beats Adesanya, I think Whittaker versus Pereira has to be the next fight. No.
No. And everyone seems to think I have this fucking hard on for Israel Adesanya. Do you know what I mean? Which is weird because Izzy went through a phase of thinking I was a hater on him. Do you know what I mean? I think if Izzy loses to Pereira, I think his reign of dominance has been strong enough to warrant another fight, a rematch. And granted, that will be 0-3 against Pereira, 2 of them being kickboxing. But in the MMA, he would have lost 1 fight. And he's been a dominant champion and he's been a superstar for the company. I think when you've got that kind of body of work, you get a rematch. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. What do you think? Do you disagree?
No, I mean, look, for me, somebody like Robert Whittaker, who's out there beating every other top contender that they throw at him. And it's like, we're right here. There's a new champion. I should by rights be fighting that new champion. That just lines up well to me. I mean, it depends, I guess, if the loss does happen, how he loses.
No. Listen. And I don't disagree with what you're saying. I don't. If anyone deserves a fucking crack at the belt and a crack at a different champion, of course it's Robert Whittaker. Of course, and there's a lot of other people out there probably chomping at the bit, hoping that Adesanya does get beat because if they get a new champ, it opens up the division again. All right, there's a possibility that Adesanya becomes the champion again and we're back to square one. But yeah, listen, I'm not disagreeing with what you say. I just, 6 title defenses? 6 title defenses, he probably gets a rematch.